Hey, I'm the Doc Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, our first guest is a Bronx native and an award-winning author, licensed cosmetologist, and a marketing executive. She joins us to shine a light on how she is uplifting her community by promoting self-love, cultural appreciation, and Black heritage. Please welcome to the show, Zenda Walker. Zenda's in the house. Here we go. Zenda, how are you? I
Doing
see,
well.
yeah, you're looking good. You're holding up a couple of books there. They look good too.
Thank you. Thank you for
So,
having me. I'm excited to share more.
yeah, well, let's talk about it. Tell us more about Know Your Heritage LLC.
So, I founded Know Your Heritage LLC, which is an education consulting company, in 2020
Uh-huh.
after writing my first book, Zara's Wash Day, which is the first book in the Know Your Heritage series.
So these books are written around that series. I mean, around that whole thing that you're talking about, the heritage.
Right. So, Know Your Heritage, the concept of Know Your Heritage, which is Hairitage, is I initially published the first story and I realized that the story has legs. Not only could I focus on the African American experience, but I could create a series that is global because everyone has a hair story. And so that's when I founded the overall company Know Your Heritage, and Zara's Wash Day is the first book in the
Uh-huh.
series, and I followed up with Zion's Crown, which is the second book in the series.
And since it's a series, that means number three is coming also.
Three is written,
Three is
so
written, and we're the
it's
first to
written.
know. All right, ding, ring the bells, ding, 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 ding.
We're just shopping to publishers right now.
Uh huh.
I'm looking forward to publishers really seeing the value in the series.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you're just gonna keep it going, huh?
Absolutely. There's so many different stories to tell from hair origin stories. And so I think that this could be easily a six-book series, if not
Yeah.
more.
Is it something that you had to deal with as a child? The reason why you're putting the pen to the paper today?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
I had some experiences in my childhood that with other students, but also growing up being very aware that my aesthetic, my hair aesthetic wasn't always valued or seen as beautiful. And so when my daughter at 4 years old was also experiencing the same thing, I realized that this is intergenerational. And also being a hairstylist, hearing all the stories of all my clients in their childhood, how their experiences with hair um, ultimately impacted their confidence and
Yeah.
who they became as adults.
Yeah. So Zenda, you're on a mission.
I'm on a mission. It's a movement. It's
Uh,
a vibe.
uh,
Absolutely.
so, so some of the book series that you're talking about, what can you tell us about these books? Give us a quick synopsis about the book. Number one.
So Know Your Heritage books celebrate hairstyles of the African diaspora as well as the global diaspora.
Hmm.
These books help to build the confidence of our children because when our children are rooted in their identity and they see their experiences in some of the subjects that they're studying in school, they ultimately not only become more confident, but they become more critical thinkers. And because of their confidence, they actually do great in school. And
Yeah.
so it's kind of a domino effect of building our children's self-esteem and helping
Hmm.
them to feel seen and heard in their education.
So these books are very impactful on the lives of children in
Absolutely.
school.
Especially because one of the things that I do differently with my children's books is that I incorporate some historical context. I
Hmm.
give you a fun story that is fun to read with the child in your life, but
Yes.
I also include what I call a heritage glossary, which dives deeper into the history
Ah.
and
Give us
empowers adults.
give us one of those stories that you're talking about. What's one of those fun
For
stories?
Zara's Wash Day, which was inspired by a conversation I've been having with my daughter on our hair wash days
Hmm.
about how our hair connects to a bigger story, it's literally the semi-autobiographical conversation of a mother and daughter,
Uh,
where the daughter is not excited about getting her hair done in these cultural styles that her mother usually creates. But when her mother takes her on a journey of the why behind these hairstyles, not just the how to, hair wash days are never the same.
yeah. Hair wash days.
Yes.
Explain it. God bless you me.
Hair wash day is can be, especially in the Black community,
Uh,
can be a set number of, like, maybe an hour. It could be many hours. It can even sometimes be days of washing, conditioning, caring, and styling the
yeah.
hair, preparing your image for the week.
Yes. Excuse me.
It's really a special time, especially in African American community, because a lot of our hairstyles require time, and
Uh
so
huh.
this is the time that your loved ones get to spend with you, and really help you feel like your best self.
So it's a bonding also.
It can be a bonding. In some cases, it's not always pleasant because textured hair can be, not always fun to detangle, but
Uh,
we, the industry has come up with so many products to help in that process. And then I encourage parents to make the experience really pleasant
yeah.
as well.
I know. I used to go through it when I went to the barber. I didn't want to. Like
Yeah.
ah.
Yes, I acknowledge fully those pain points that happen with textured hair, but I think it's
Yeah.
also, there's that the nostalgia of getting your hair done, whether it's in the barbershop or at home in your kitchen salon or the
Uh-huh.
home salon. But then there's those moments that, we can like kind of look at it that help to build character.
Do you do your hair at home, or you always go to a salon?
So I'm a licensed cosmetologist, so I always encourage people to go to salons and support local businesses.
Uh huh.
But as a licensed cosmetologist, I do a lot of hair at home, especially with my daughter, and that
Yeah.
is our time to bond.
Um, Zenda, do you make house calls like a doctor?
I do. I have a few VIP clients that I do visit. Yes, I will from time to time. But I also work in partnership with a salon in Harlem. So if you're in New York,
Ah,
and you want to come by Simply Beautiful in Harlem on the corner of 139th and Edgecombe.
there you go. And about how long does it take to do an average head? I mean, everybody's different. They want different things, but basically,
Absolutely. I special in a lot of natural hairstyles like braiding and locking. So some appointments can be an hour, but
uh,
mostly it's going to be anywhere from, like, 2 hours to maybe sometimes 6 hours. I have a client sitting in the chair.
yeah. 2 years ago, I grew my hair out. I said, you know what? I want to see what it is again to get some cornrows up there.
Nice.
I used to do it all the time. You braid your
What's
hair,
that
then you
fun?
pick it out. You got the afro. Yeah.
Yeah. Right
So
there.
you do all of that. Look at that. All right. Do you have anything coming up that we should know about? Um,
Well,
Anybody getting
absolutely.
together like in the community and you do the hair just as a
Yes.
showcase?
Yeah, we're looking to do something special at the salon where we're introducing really safe, plant-based hair that is added whenever you're doing braids. And so we're
Yeah.
really involved in a movement to make sure that we can achieve these cultural styles for women and men and boys and girls,
Mm.
but do it safely and avoid the harm of some of the chemicals that are in synthetic hair. So we're
Yeah.
all about organic beauty as well.
Plant-based hair or plant-based chemicals?
Plant-based hair. Exactly. So we're trying to move away from what we've been learning about. Consumer Reports did a reveal of 10 of the top braiding hair synthetic brands that contain carcinogenic materials, VOCs, or volatile chemicals,
Wow.
as even lead. And so, we're just
Hmm.
trying to make sure that our community feels safe in
Yeah.
achieving their beauty goals.
So you can say, hey, I got a natural.
Exactly, and a very, very organic, natural.
Yeah. That's
Absolutely,
what we used to say back in the day. Hey, we got a natural.
absolutely, and I love that we always return to
Yeah.
that staple natural beauty, and it's a
Hmm.
great communication tool to show how confident we are in how our hair naturally behaves when it comes out of our head, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I write these books, because oftentimes the story is that we're not feeling confident. We don't feel like our hair or our skin or our
Yeah.
aesthetic is the standard of beauty.
Yeah.
And especially with young children, we want to start with them.
What do you tell children that go to school and they come home and they tell you that they had a problem with people calling them names or people talking about their hair?
So this is exactly what happened to me and my daughter while she was going through kindergarten and through third grade. She
Hmm.
was getting teased actually and bullied a lot about her hair. And so initially I used to tell her, well, this is just how our hair is. And this is how mommy grew up styling her hair and her mother. And this is what we do. This is our tradition. But then I realized that I needed to go a little bit deeper. And we started having, especially during the pandemic when we had more time on our hair wash days, we started diving deeper into the history. I did some research. We
Hmm.
talked about where these hairstyles come from, which areas in certain parts of the African continent that these styles were inspired by.
Yeah.
And I noticed that she was so interested and got so became really just proud of the history. And it led to her having deeper and better conversations with her classmates. So conflict was different.
Yeah.
Conflict resolution was better. She actually was way more confident about wearing those cultural styles, the beads and the braids and the twists. And guess what the best part was?
What?
She just did better in school. So that's why said, you know what, I can tell this story and help other families
Yeah.
and publish these stories.
Is it also known that when they did those styles, the braids, they were like maps
Oh,
to
yes.
where you can
So,
run to, where you can escape to?
oh, yeah. And this is why this content is really popular right now in K through 12 classrooms because not only were our hairstyles communication tools in
Ah,
colonial Africa, but
communication tools.
exactly like when somebody's hair could tell you where they were geographically, what religion they were, if they were married, all sorts of things. And so when we come to the, transatlantic slave trade
Yeah.
and we think about how we were not passive in our freedom, we actually were innovative in freeing ourselves, right? And so one of the tools we
Yeah.
used was our hair. We braided maps
Yeah.
and and which is part of our history and we don't often see that in some of the standard curriculum. So I'm here to help and support schools in you know really highlighting some of these important
Yeah.
experiences in our history.
Yeah, you just created the awareness that this was a form of communication, also, not just a hairstyle. It went deeper than
Exactly.
that. Just like in music, when Africans first came to the country, weren't able to use their drums because it was a form of communication. But up, 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 up. We're going to get together and do this. Up, 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 up. We're going to run here. So since you didn't have drums, you had to be resilient and come up with another form of communication. And we came up with spirituals. And one of
Absolutely.
the songs that jumps out at you is "Wade in the Water." You know the song?
Wade in the water, children.
Keep
Yes, I
going,
know
keep going, keep going.
it. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
And you know that there was a meaning in that. There was a message in that
Absolutely.
music. Message in our music.
Absolutely.
That meant that if you wanted to run away, get in the water. Go take the waterway because the hound dogs that they used back in the day can't sniff you out. Oh, the hound dogs say, oh, they went this way. But if you get in the
Right.
water and travel the waterway, hound dogs, they stop and say, huh? And they can't
Right.
sniff you out.
Right. And these are some of the details, of our history that I think it helps you to not really be ashamed of enslavement and
Hmm.
the story that is always told about Black people in America, right? We can actually be proud that even through
Yeah.
all of that stress and adversity and kind of attempts to just erase us, we have been able to triumph. And so many of us are wearing these hairstyles that are in that kind of are a nod to that history and don't even know it. So it's my job as founder of Know Your Heritage and as an advocate for teachers and school districts to really help bring this information to our children, but in a fun and engaging way.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for all that you're doing. Thank you for helping our youngsters too, and thank you for writing these books and putting it out there. and creating the awareness about what's going on.
It's my pleasure, absolute pleasure.
Now, 5 years from now, where would you like to see this?
So I am telling the story of a global heritage that connects us, but also shows how we have these unique contributions that we give to the world.
Hmm.
And so I am world building as we go. And so all these characters, I am hoping they will meet up in a television series, animated, or a short film in some
Uh-huh.
way to really bring this visual to life for our community. So that is the goal.
Go ahead, girl. Know your heritage. LLC. And you'll
Absolutely.
see. Zenda Walker. Zenda, give us your website and social media. Where can we follow
Thank you.
you?
You can find me at www.knowyourheritage.com. And remember, that's Hairitage. I'm author Zenda Walker on Instagram.
Uh,
Know_your_heritage on
uh,
Instagram as well. You can also find me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn and Facebook.
there you go. Zenda, thank you. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you so much for having me.
And come back
Bronx strong.
again. Bronx strong.
Bronx strong.
And I know you must be strong. You held those books up throughout the whole segment.
I sure did. I sure did.
Thank you so much. And come back again, all right?
Thank
You're
you.
always welcome. I
Take
will
care.
take a quick break right here. We'll come back. I've got more open coming up next.